Hey there. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can easily memorize the notes on the guitar fretboard so you can play better guitar and learn songs and techniques more quickly. Let's do this. Hi there, I'm Thomas Michaud from Real Guitar Success, where I help you learn guitar and love the journey. If you're new here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that little bell so I can send you my newest lessons and tips. Being confident with where the notes are on the guitar fretboard will help you in a variety of ways when learning guitar. It'll help you to more easily play bar chords, it'll help you with techniques, songs, and generally to get around the guitar more quickly and more easily. I'm going to show you some techniques to help you identify very quickly where the notes are on the guitar fretboard. And then I'm going to show you an exercise that, if you practice it just a little bit each day, will help you memorize where all the notes were, and before you know it, it'll be second nature. The first step is to learn the names of the open strings. Now, I know, a lot of you are saying, of course I know the names of the open strings, but from teaching for years, I realized that a lot of sometimes people who can even play fairly well kind of neglect that. So let's just go over it right quick. To start with, the sixth string is the low string. It's E, then A, the fifth string, also called the fifth string. The fourth string we'll call D, then G for the third string, B for the second string, and E, high E, and low E. They're actually 2 octaves apart, and that'll be called the first string. We number the strings starting with the highest in pitch. So this is actually number 1, the thinnest string, and the one highest in the air is actually the sixth string. So we actually call it the lowest string because it's lowest in pitch. So you can use a variety of names to memorize that. Of course, eventually you just want to be able to point to it and say, that's a G string. I point to a B. One technique some people use is to say, Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Well, that's one phrase that you can use, and you might even be able to make up your own. That would be something that's memorable or better for you. Now, once you know the names of the open strings, you can kind of go from there. Let me talk a little bit about the musical alphabet now. The alphabet is A through G, and then it just repeats and starts over. A through G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There are sharps for every note except 2. And we're going to deal with just sharps now. Don't worry about flats right now. By the way, when I say sharp, that's a note just 1 half step higher, or on the guitar, you'd say 1 fret higher. So if I play an A note and go 1 fret higher, that's A sharp. If I play a C note and go 1 step higher, that's C sharp. 2 places where there are no sharps, between B and C. So we'll say there's no B sharp and there's no E sharp. Those 2 letters, E and B. There's no E sharp and no B sharp. Remember that, E and B. So if I look at the guitar neck and I go on the string and I find a low E, and I go to the next note. Now, open is the first note. I'm not going to put my left hand on there. Then I play the next note. The name of that note is, what's the next letter in the alphabet? F. Good. And remember, there's no E sharp, so there's no E sharp there. If I go up another step, 1 fret, remember every note has a sharp, that's 1 step away. So this is F sharp. We're not at G yet because you have to get to that sharp first. Another half step would be G, and so on. If I were to play a B note, this is a B note, by the way, and I'm going to the next note, are we going to say B sharp? No. Remember, no sharps for B and C. So it goes right to C. But the next note would be 1 half step away, C sharp. If I wanted to get to D, I'd have to go 2 frets. So right away, you can start, once you know the open strings, you can start calculating, basically go up and down the string and figure out what the notes are. This is particularly useful for the first 2 strings, or I should say the lowest 2 strings, the 6th and the 5th. Because when you play bar chords, the name of the bar chord is on either the 6th string or the 5th string. So if I play a G bar chord, I look to where my first finger is, and it's a G note, that's a G. If I want to go to G sharp, I would find where the G sharp is and make the bar chord there. The same with a whole set of what I call 5th string bar chords, or 5th string root bar chords, because the name is on the 5th string. So one of the first things you should do is learn the names of the notes on the 5th and the 6th strings. Now, a couple more things. To help you learn and memorize easily the names of the notes on the rest of the strings, I'm going to show you a few tricks. So to start with, I'm going to show you where 6 notes are that are very important. And they're easy to kind of identify because it's where the dots are on the guitar neck. Now I have dots here on the 3rd fret, the 5th fret, and the 7th fret. Most acoustic guitars do. So it's helpful to just memorize 6 notes. The one on the 6th string on the 3rd, 5th, and 7th, and the one on the 5th string, the 3rd, 5th, and 7th. And it makes sense. This is a G note. And if you forget that, you can just go up. Start with a low E, F, F sharp, G. Now, we're going to identify these 6 notes. 3rd fret, 5th fret, and 7th fret. It goes up the alphabet. Imagine that. G, A, B, C, D, E. Now, not so hard, huh? All you got to do is start with G and then go up the alphabet. And remember, you're on the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 3rd, 5th, 7th. Now, that'll help you tremendously because a lot of the playing you'll be doing is in here. And from those notes, there are several tricks that I want to show you to figure out the notes around it. Well, first of all, one obvious one is if you know where G is, you know where a half step up is, you know what that is, G sharp. And if you know where A is, then you know a half step up is A sharp. The same with B. Well, it's not B sharp, right? Because there's no B sharp and no E sharp. We'll go right to C. So you actually know all the notes in there just by knowing those 3 notes. And the same with the 5th string. We start with C, right? G, A, B, C. The half step up is going to be C sharp. Then we're at the D note, D sharp, and so on. E, no E sharp, to F. So now you know all the notes in between in that area. I want to show you another trick. This is one that really works for me. I can see the octaves very easily. Octaves mean 8 notes higher. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The next G, 8 notes higher. Octaves are 2 strings over and 2 frets up. That's an octave of G. So if I know the A, then I know the A on the 4th string as well by just looking at the octave. 2 frets up and 2 strings over. I usually play it with the 1st and the 3rd. Okay? And you can do that on the 5th string as well. You can do it on the 4th string, but it's not going to be it's going to be 3 frets up. It's not going to be 2 frets up. You got to go there if you do it on the 4th string. But you can do it. And then when you do it on the 3rd string, you also go 3 frets up. 1, 2, 3, and 2 strings over. Okay, so now you know you can find the octave to every one of the notes that we identified on these first 2 strings, the 6th and 5th string. Now, figuring out where the notes are is helpful, but really, you don't really need to think out every name of the note on the guitar fretboard. What's more important is that you can hear a note or hear somebody play a note and your fingers go there. Now, that does, first of all, mean you need to identify where the notes are. But second of all, you need to your fingers need to get trained to go to each of the notes depending on the sound you either hear in your head or you hear somebody else play. Here's an exercise that I learned in my college days, actually from my college guitar teacher. I have to admit, when I first learned this exercise, I thought it was kind of silly. It just looks so low-tech compared to some of the more sophisticated exercises I was learning. But I will tell you now that, and being a good student, by the way, I just did it. My teacher told me to do it, so I did it anyway, regardless of what I thought. And I was really surprised, actually, that within a fairly short time, my fingers just seemed to know where to go. And I didn't really think it would work. So I want to pass it on to you. It's a fairly simple exercise. You identify a note on the string. I usually start with the 6th string when I'm doing it. And by the way, I'm going to try and act like a student learning this, so I'll deliberately make some mistakes. Start with a G note, and I'm going to find the G note on the next string. Now, it can be an octave up. It doesn't have to sound just like that. As a matter of fact, you won't find that G note on the next string exactly an octave up. So I know it's going to be up here somewhere. And And I'm using my ears. The trick here is to connect the sound with where your fingers go, not just to intellectually calculate. You can do that if you need the help. C, D, E, no E sharp, F, G. So you can calculate, but then practice listening and let your fingers go there. Hear the sound. Yes, I hit it on. No, a little flat. There, I got it back up. Now find the G on the next string. No, too low. Almost. There it is. And you can look and see that was that octave we talked about. Oh, there we are. Now the next string. It's open. There it is. Oh, now the second string. Another octave up. And finally the first string. There it is. If you want to. Not so useful up in here. I would stay right in this part of the neck. By the way, you're going to get a lot of bang for the buck in this, first, maybe 12 frets, but maybe even 10. Don't worry about the notes up in here right now. It's not the best use of your time. Just concentrate right in here, the first 10 frets or so, where you're going to be playing mostly. So another example. Let's start with a C note. I'll start with a C note there, right? That's open A sharp, B, C. Next string, C. There, I found it. So if you don't find it easy, just keep going. Once you find it, practice. Go back and forth a few times. Now the next string. Well, I knew that because I see that octave very easily. I didn't even have to think about that. Now the next string. I know where the C is, but I'm gonna, too sharp. There it is. Practice it a little bit. And finally the last string. Oh, I didn't even think. The finger just went there. Okay, so if you're not there, find it, then practice it. Do that, and do that a little bit each day. You don't have to worry about which note you hit. Just randomly grab one. Do it maybe for 5 minutes max a day. And I think you'll be surprised too, that after a while, your fingers just know where to go. Now, I've created a worksheet to help you with this lesson, and I put a guitar diagram in there and some additional notes. Go ahead over to my blog and download that. I'll make sure and put a link down here in the description below. And don't forget to sign up for my YouTube channel and click that little bell so you'll become a part of my community. And let me know in the comments how you enjoyed this lesson, and if you have any questions that perhaps I can answer to help you along with your guitar journey. Got something you want to learn? Ask, and I may make a video out of it. See you soon.